2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. The Denver Nuggets come into tonight's game after losing earlier in the season in their last game against Chicago.
And, you know, this can happen on the road. You're out defending guys who have just gotten into a comfort zone playing at home.
Well, you have to have an aggressive mindset, and you have to try to disrupt their rhythm.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA, and Millsap is as crafty as it gets on defense. One of the most underrated players in the game. And in the early season, plenty of optimism for teams. Is there any complacency, Steve, a feeling that you can lose one here, lose one there, and make up for it down the stretch?
Well, the good teams, they feel like that. A lot of times you look at it and say you don't take losses as bad when you have a couple star players or impact players out. You figure when we get those guys healthy, you just want to be able to play the right way, and when they come back, then you can start to make your push.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for Chicago right now, Markkanen and Lopez are together down low. Dunn is out there with the professor, and it's Valentine, and at the small forward. Pass to Kirk. Millsap a screen. Here's Kirk. Clock at 6. Second shot opportunity. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. In transition, here come the Bulls. Here's Valentine. No good on the shot. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
And simply put, they couldn't score. They never got completely in sync in that one.
Well, that's putting it mildly. They were in total disarray. I have no idea where their heads were that night.
Now here's Anderson. Denzel Valentine missing his last shot. And that'll be Denver as it goes out of bounds. Nuggets retain possession. Play just over a minute here in the first. The offensive rebound. Beasley with a clean look.
This is the opposite of how they wanted to start this game. 0 for 4 already.
Now here's Valentine. Defended by Anderson. Dunn kicks to Valentine. He dishes it to Dunn. Shot clock at 6. Here's the screen. From deep three-point range, the shot by Valentine, no good. Nuggets have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals. Here's Kirk. 17 points for him last game against the Rockets in Houston. Millsap a screen. Passes it to Jokic. Right block shot. Count it.
That breaks their string of misses. Now 1 for 5. You can feel their sense of relief.
Well, Chicago has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Dunn kicks to Markkanen. Valentine passes to the professor. Over to the wing. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. And it's Dunn in the corner. Fires from the wing. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
You think back when Fred Hoiberg was a player in the NBA, great shooter who had a strong knowledge of the game. Not too surprised he ended up as a coach.
Lopez with the steal. No good from the professor.
Can't finish. And defensively, nice job of altering the shot without fouling.
And there's the pass to Kirk. It's good from long range.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
Bulls trail by 3. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Up off the screen, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Lopez knows how to make himself as wide as possible and bury the defender with a screen.
Nuggets have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Beasley outside. Millsap a screen. Here's Kirk. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Can't hit that one. Now Chicago takes it the other way. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And when you shoot a high percentage from distance, that gives you momentum and really keeps the opponent on the road.
It does. It keeps the crowd out of it. This is how you win on the road.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Kenneth Fareed's checked in for Paul Millsap. Chicago also making some changes. Bobby Portis comes in for Robin Lopez, and Levine subbed in for Chris Dunn. And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
Well, whenever you watch the Bulls, you can't help but think back to their golden age. I remember those days. The 90 Bulls are arguably one of the best teams ever. It's hard to argue with the greatness of those teams.
And here we go, the Bulls fast break. Markkanen's got the ball. Here's the professor, defended by Anderson, stolen by Fareed. It's 2-on-1. Here's Beasley, and it's Beasley finishing it off.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And Smitty, you got to play against Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen in the 90s. Just what was it like going up against them during their peak as a team?
A nightmare. The reason why you had 2 wing defenders in Jordan and Pippen who could guard the basketball. And then you had both those guys that were excellent on offense. And at the end of the game, they had the greatest closer of all time, in my opinion, in MJ.
Here's Fareed after the made shot from Lauri Markkanen. Jokic kicks to Beasley. Fareed setting the pick for Beasley. Over Valentine. Here's Fareed. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Valentine with it. He's against Anderson. The shot by Valentine, no good.
When you miss a lay-in, it sort of sucks the energy out of your team.
Beasley for 3. Drops in the tray. Beasley's got 5 now.
And this is what it's all about, guys. The competitive spirit, the energy that we're seeing. This one's got the feeling like it's going to go down to the wire.
I'm loving this one. It's been back and forth with these lead changes. It's probably going to just come down to who has the ball last.
Here's the professor. Denver able to drain the 3. Kick out to Levine. No good on the triple. Denver's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Jokic with a screen on Levine. Lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by Portis.
And I'll tell you, the sooner this quarter can end, the happier he'll be. It's been tough making shots.
Levine wide open, and he's good on the 3 ball. Levine's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Nuggets trail. Here's Fareed. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Pass to the professor. There's the pick. So the wing on the left. Here's Portis. Another 3 for Chicago.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Here's Kirk. Dishes it to Fareed. Beasley outside. Here's Jokic. Buried from 15 feet out. Jokic has got the game tied up here for Denver.
Boy, he reads the defense well. Makes a nice adjustment. Very dependable.
It's all tied in Denver. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Chicago leading by 8. Paul Millsap out there with Kenneth Fareed. Then there's Anderson, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. A nice pick right there to get him right to the rack.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up. as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
That was just a textbook pick that allowed him room, and he took advantage of it.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the professor in that last outing against the Pistons was a driven man. He finished with 27 points and also added 5 rebounds to round out his scoring figures. His big game ensured that his team would continue its hot streak, and we'll see if they can keep it going tonight. Kevin?
Hey, David, thanks very much. He's one of those players who can do remarkable things on any given night, in any given game. That was a special game he played.
And it wasn't just the performance, guys, but really his preparation. He knew the right way to attack in every situation.
And that was the beauty of it, his ability to read and react to whatever they threw at him.
Now here's Millsap. 17 points for him last game against Houston.
He also was very good distributing the basketball, keeping guys involved and engaged all night.
The shot's good from Fareed.
Second chance opportunities, the great equalizer.
Chicago leading by 12. Dunn passes to the professor. Denver grabs the miss. Fareed's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Anderson. Chicago grabs the miss. Dunn with it. Beasley covering. He gets it in there. And the Bulls lead by 14.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Pass to Millsap. Count it.
Shrugging off the contact, Millsap would not be denied.
Chicago's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Passes it to the professor. Feeds it to Markkanen. Stolen by Anderson. Kicks it to Millsap. And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here.
And how about the reaction time on D there? Almost comes up with the pick.
You know, these are the little plays that can add up when you look over the course of a game.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Jokic comes in for Paul Millsap. And Harris subbed in for Juan Hernangomez. And the Bulls making a change also. Portis is checked in. And the shot is good. Jokic has got 6. Chicago leading by 10. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. There's the professor. Beasley with the rebound. Beasley's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Bulls have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And he sinks the second. The dish now to Fareed. There's the pick. Beasley outside. Over Valentine. And no good trying to get that one. And so it's Chicago. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Tested game, guys, but you know, anything can happen. We've seen the professor really having a great game.
I'll tell you what, he put together an entire highlight reel in that first half alone. Just a collection of spectacular dunks.
There were some great Kodak moments there for sure. Hopefully, we'll see some more in this second half.
Taking a look at the Bulls. Markkanen and Lopez are together down low. The professor out there with Dunn, and it's Valentine in at the 3.
And you're going to have to foul Robin Lopez harder than that. He's just too strong. Robin Lopez, a player who does more for a team than what shows up on the stat sheet. Very effective inside with his ability to contest and fight for rebounds. A tough defender that doesn't need many touches to play his role.
Kirk pass to Beasley. He kicks to Millsap. The Nuggets moving the ball around. 14 feet away. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. And it's 8 points for Jokic.
You like how he uses his height there.
Sure, working the in-between area. Not many guys with the length to bother him.
Baseline try. That one falls. 10 points for the professor.
That's where it starts, for sure, at the defensive end. Comebacks are always triggered by aggressive D, and that was anything but aggressive there.
Beasley, the pass to Kirk. Back to Beasley. Millsap sets the pick for Anderson. Beasley outside. And what was that about? Not a good shot right there. Valentine kicks to Dunn. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Millsap. The Nuggets trail by 14. The pass to Kirk. Millsap down low. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game.
Great spacing afforded by Millsap's shooting. It opens the floor for his teammates.
Dunn kicks to Valentine. Valentine setting the pick for Markkanen. And there's the feed to Valentine. Lopez a screen. Just 5 to shoot. Dunn shot's good.
And that's 3 out of 4 now coming out of the break. The offense playing with a purpose.
For Denver, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. And Denver decides to take their first time out here. Steve, as a player, do analytics give you a path to say,
Hey, Kevin, I think guys should look at these numbers. When you're saying from this spot you're shooting 20%, stop shooting from that spot. If from this shot you're shooting 80%, you might want to get to that spot. So, and I think that in those cases, yes, analytics work. And when you're shooting a 3 and you're shooting about 30%, you need to step in.
And Vonleh the bucket on the assist by Markkanen. And the Bulls lead by 16.
Firing on all cylinders here in the third. Only 1 miss in 5 attempts.
Pass to Jokic.
Come on, shoot!
Over Vonleh. Another miss by Jokic.
Well, this is what happens when you're a threat down low. You attract a lot of defensive attention.
Wells' shot is good.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Denver's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Beasley outside. Millsap a screen. Here's Kirk. Looking to end the run. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Doesn't get exactly the screen he wants, but turns out he doesn't need it.
A different look for Denver. Plumlee comes in for Jokic. And Lyle subbed in for Paul Millsap. And Chicago also making a switch. Portis, he's checked in for Markkanen.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
The Nuggets trail by 20. Dishes it to Plumlee. Pass to Lyles. Out to Chandler. Lets it go with a 3. Good on the triple. Chandler's got 5 now.
And that's from beyond, guys, right back at you.
This is looking more like an all-star game right now. Everyone launching from range.
Now here's Wells. Covered by Beasley. Wells' shot is good.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Got a piece of it. And stolen by Vonleh. 4-on-3 break. That's tipped. Back to Levine. Fires the 3. Goes back up. And a chance to now check out the scoring distribution between the front court and the back court players tonight for the Bulls.
And we can see pretty even there between the guards and the bigs. That kind of balanced production has what's helped them craft this huge lead.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Fareed is checked in. Chicago also making some changes. Markkanen, he's checked in for Noah Vonleh. And it's Jaren Grant in for Wells. Kirk pass to Beasley. Shoots a 3. Another 3 for Denver. Here's Grant. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Levine kicks to Grant. Levine dishes to Grant. Here's the professor. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. 1:53 left in the third quarter. Passes it to Lyles. Off target from outside.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Well, what did Coach tell us? We wanted each guy to contest shots and rebound tonight. That's exactly what we just saw.
For three, Beasley. Add another make to his scoring column. His 5th basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11.
And until someone stops him, he's just going to continue to keep firing from distance.
He does a great job, in my opinion, of finding space along the perimeter and has the touch to knock these down.
They set the pick. Back to Levine for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Levine's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Tough to challenge Levine out there. Big lift on his shot, and you must close out quicker on him.
Fareed setting the pick for Beasley. 51 seconds left to play in the third. 6 to shoot. Lets a floater go. Out of hand on it.
And how about marketing, using his size and reach on defense? Great timing in terms of being able to get up and block shots.
Grant kicks to Levine. Back to Grant. Down low, the professor.
His teammates recognize that he has the hot hand going. That's why they get him the ball every chance they get.
The Nuggets trailed by 19. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And there's the pass to Lyles. Fareed outside. Over Grant. Fareed, no good.
Well, this is why you see guys shying away from their mid-range jumper. It's a bit of a lost art.
Kept alive. There's Portis. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's the Chicago Bulls taking a 19-point lead into the break. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Plumlee is checked in for Kyle Anderson. Millsap comes in for Hernan Gomez. And Lyle subbed in for Beasley. Chicago also making some changes. Lopez comes in for Markkanen. And the professor subbed in for Justin Holiday. We've got Paul Millsap. Plumlee out there with Kenneth Fareed. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Lyles in at the point guard position. That's the group on the floor for Denver. They set the pick. Dunn passes to the professor. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And just carrying over from his last game. Completely dialed in. You can sense his confidence.
I totally agree. Heat check after heat check. He realizes, man, I'm still hot.
Steve, they say the defense wins championships. Talk about the value of communication on the floor when it comes to a team playing great team defense.
I think, Kevin, for fans and especially young kids out there, watch the great teams, the teams that are winning championships. They communicate. The teams that are not winning, you can see on the bench, not a lot of guys are talking. You don't see communication with players and coaches. The teams that win, they are a constant chatter about making the right play and also criticizing each other, but constructive criticism.
Did you learn that watching other teams that were great as they were at the top of their game and you guys were a developing team and you were a developing player?
I think for me, at a young age, getting a chance to watch the Detroit Pistons, being from Detroit, hanging around Joe Dumars, Isaiah Thomas, and obviously the late, great Chuck Daly, they were in constant communication, and they won, so that helped me be able to develop my communication skills.
And the first one drops. Well, the league has long had a rookie orientation program. People rave about it. It continues to develop and evolve. More recently, Steve, they've created a program for players transitioning to retirement. This is an outstanding idea. What's important with that in your eyes?
I'm glad you brought that up, Kevin. I think the rookie orientation should even start even earlier. I think it should start at the college level. Not saying that everybody's going to make it to the NBA, but it helps you what they give you just in the game of life. And then transitioning to retirement, I think it should be the first first day you sign that NBA contract, the transition to start, because it could end with an injury, and obviously we know even if you play a lengthy career, in 10 or 12 years is over.
Like if you were going to talk to a young player, and if the player said, Steve, give me one thing that I need to remember as I go through my career and then it ends, what's the one thing, piece of advice you would feed to a young player about what's going to be at the end of this journey?
Well, I think first of all, there's a couple things, Kevin, and I have to answer. First, you got to keep your value system. Second, financially, you got to understand is make it simple as possible. You're not going to be able to live on the same type of salary for the rest of your life. So if you have a contract, say $20 million, in a simple way, divide that up for like 50 years, because that's how much you're going to need to be able to live off on.
Anderson, he's checked in for Denver. Over to the left wing. Now, here's Valentine. Guarded closely. Lopez, a screen on Beasley. Feeds it to Valentine. Over Anderson. And the Bulls with another miss. Denver's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Bulls leading by 23. Kicks to Valentine. Done with it. Valentine passes to the professor.
He has really come into this second half on an absolute tear. Really impressive effort from him so far.
Nuggets have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Beasley with it. Now guarded by Valentine. Jokic a screen. Here's Beasley. And again, Denver no good.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Dunn kicks to Markkanen. He feeds it to Dunn. Now here's Markkanen. Fareed defending. The dish to Valentine. Lopez passes to Dunn. Rebound by the Nuggets. Jokic has got his 6th rebound on the night.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Bulls.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-gamer.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for the professor.
You know, the story of this game was his offensive production. It didn't matter what the defense threw at him. He just found ways to counter and led his team.
Holiday against Beasley. He dishes it to Plumlee. Good on the baseline, Jay.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Pass to the professor. And Vonleh has it in the corner. Passes it to the professor. To the left wing. Here's Grant. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
Well, this is less about winning the game now and more about making a bold statement.
Plumlee sets the pick for Beasley. Lets it go from deep. And that falls.
Oh, okay, it's on. Trading blows here from distance.
You know what? Both sides are in rhythm. The defense out there having no effect.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the